Hey guys, Dark Prometheus here. Welcome back. And to make sure all sounds good, welcome back to a channel update. Today is Veterans Day. This weekend didn't really have anything going on the channel for this weekend because of Veterans Day, and then the Marine Corps birthday was yesterday, so didn't get a lot of stuff done. I did get some stuff done for one new series that's going to be starting up on Thursday, and that's going to be Factorio. Now, I haven't played Factorio since probably around the beta about 1.0 maybe wise, and so I'm getting back in the groove of things in it. I forgot a lot of the game, but yeah, we're gonna have fun and check out the new Space Age DLC that came out. So that's gonna start every other day starting on Thursday. From there, the Aura playthrough will be done tomorrow. The last episode for the Byzantine Empire run will be done. I'm not sure if we're going to play another one. We might wait a little bit of time with that one. I don't know. Corn's still going. I'm liking Warhammer 3. I might have to stall a little bit because of an update. So I'm going to have to look at to see the mods, if there's updated things like that. So there might be a little stall on that, which is why we're going to throw in some CK3. So the Wandering Nobles came out, the DLC. I think that was free DLC. I could be wrong, because you had the Rose to Power that was the DLC. Then you had the Wandering Nobles. There was two things that came out very close together. So instead of doing a Rose to Power run, I decided to wait for the Wandering Nobles to come out. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to be playing that, and we will play a Wandering Nobles start. We could take contracts, things like that. I think that would be interesting in a earlier, like, what is it, 9/13 or whatever the first start date is. I think that would be particularly fun doing that. Wandering Nobles don't have to worry about lands. Maybe do that for a while before we find some lands and we kind of settle down into playing the Byzantine Empire. So that could be cool, of just kind of going around Europe, then finally getting into the Byzantine Empire and then establishing something. That would be awesome there. College Football 25 still going through it. NIU. The next game will be up tomorrow. I'm currently editing. I'm almost done with the episode 21, which is Kent State. I have one more that I have to edit, and then I have to start recording some more there. I think we're down to the last couple of games in the second season that I still have to record. So we should be in the second season and into the next season, probably about a week or so with that. Now, a couple of things coming on. Now, I was going to do Spider-Man 1, and then there was rumors that it was going to come out for PC. And then the rumors were confirmed like a month and a half ago. So that's why I haven't had any of the Spider-Man games on it, even though I've been saying for months that I'm going to play it. And that is because the PC version for Spider-Man 2 comes out on January 30th. So I think with that, we'll start in December, go through January, and we will do the Spider-Man games from there, all on PC. It also means that we're going to have to get through KCD, and I don't think we're going to get through KCD before the 11th. So I think it is going to be one where maybe we'll start Spider-Man 1 and 2. We'll get through it. We'll hop over to KCD. Once the PC version of Spider-Man 2 comes out, we play through that, hop back into KCD if we need to, and go from there. Something of that nature. We'll have to dip, dodge, duck, dive. If you know what that's from, it's from Dodgeball. Yes, it's a good movie. But yeah, we'll figure that whole thing out. Stalker 2 comes out on the 20th. We will be streaming on release day, most definitely. So we will be playing some Stalker 2 then. Now, it's kind of my idea with the stuff with that. Now, I haven't figured out a Madden franchise, and I'm thinking about a couple things different on the channel. So I haven't really put it down here wise, but I've been talking to more bears on Twitter, things like that. And as of course, everything is hectic in the US, everything with the whole election, everything like that. So of course that's going on, and bears Twitter seems to be imploding like everything else these days. So I was thinking about, because I have the all 22, the Bears game, because I watch all of the football games. So I'm not able to watch them all because obviously there's restrictions. So while I'm doing stuff, while I was playing Factorio, I was watching the Jaguars and Vikings game at one point. And so things like that, I've been doing that. And I think I might put out a couple of things, a couple of football centric things. Like over the past couple of years with my discomfort and agony over the Bears, we put out a couple of Bears videos of that. That being said, I think we're going to do a Madden rebuild. The Madden rebuild will be the Bears. And we'll have fun with that. Because this pain and suffering needs to be alleviated in some way. And Matt Eberflus is not doing it for me right now. So I think that's what we're going to do with our Madden franchise-wise. FM24, we're not going to have any more FM until March, which that doesn't come out. Well, I don't think they even have a date in March. It's not coming out till March, so FM25 is kind of out the door with that. So, that being said, was it Madden 25? It's not changed to Madden 25, and that just feels wrong. It just feels wrong, but it's life. Well, I have to do that. Broken Arrow actual beta comes out tomorrow, so you'll be seeing those come out probably because, what is it? I'm kind of doing this on the fly because I totally forgot the Broken Arrow. Probably the first Broken Arrow game will be here. We'll just put a 1 there because I don't know what I don't know what it's going to be. But we got Broken Arrow that comes out tomorrow, and so the first video will be out either tomorrow or the 12th or the 13th, depending. If you don't know, I had probably about 50 games of Broken Arrow on the channel. I played a lot of Broken Arrow in the last beta. They got a couple of new things coming through with the specialization. So there's 2 new specializations: Coastal for the Russians, and I want to say the U.S. Army Airborne, I think, for... No. Maybe. Yeah, because it's the Marine Corps and it was the armor. So yeah, it's the airborne portion with this one. So the airborne and that. So that's going to be interesting with that. New assets, new gear. Couple of tweaks that I like. So no longer will it be something like if I'm 5 points over something that it'll be rejected. It's kind of cool because it'll take that from other things. So we can kind of really build a force that makes sense and could be kind of tailored to our purposes. Plus a couple of new game modes. No more is the idea of rushing the final point in the last 5 minutes. They have a tier system into it, or stages. So you have points gathered in the first stage for that and destruction of vehicles. And then second stage, the same thing. And third stage, and your points accumulate over 3 stages to get you the game, which is really cool. That means if you could totally raffle stop the other team, you will downright win. So it kind of brings it down to the point where you're not just exchanging things back and forth the window of the last 5 minutes till you tank rush and essentially in a one it just be Q move everything. That's meta no longer exists. So the idea is you want to always put pressure, but you can always come back if pressure's put on you early. So I kind of like that change, and I think it's going to be good. Which, like, before there was only 3 maps, I saw it might be those 3 maps and then an extra 5 or 6 maps. Looks like it's going to be a good time on that. The game doesn't release until probably next year in the first place because we're winding through November, and I think they did officially push it back till 2025. So that's going to be fun. One game I almost forgot. And it's probably out. And I'm looking at it. It's probably out. It's out tomorrow. I forgot about this. Sea Power. So we're gonna play some Sea Power. If you know anything about Sea Power, it's kind of like the idea of the old Jane's Fleet combat, or yeah, it's a Jane's Fleet combat one. Let me pull it up. Kind of like the old. I don't think we have it in here, and no, there's nothing crazy in my Steam games. I do have a lot of games though, because I've played a lot of games on my own or channel, but also this list has been going since the early 2020, actually 2011 timeframe when I was on deployment. So a lot of games I've gotten through. I've probably passed it. It's the naval combat one that we've played on the channel a couple times, and I don't remember what it was called. Command. That's what it is. It's kind of like in the idea of Command Modern Operations. So it's kind of like that. But the idea is Cold War. It's made by the same guys, or actually published by the same guys who did Regiments. I think it is Micropause. I want to say. Yes, so it's published by the same people, with that different developers, but the developers, Micropause, or the publishers of Micropause bought a lot of games, or a lot of rights to publish a lot of games that were kind of in the same genre wise. So this is kind of like Regiments in a way, but it's made by a different developer, and it's all surrounded on sea and air power, which I'm all for. So that word garble probably doesn't mean anything to you at this point because it was all over the place. But it's okay because we're going to play the game. It's going to be fun. So there's like scenarios in it. We'll play through it. We'll play a couple scenarios. It'll probably take me a little bit because there's probably going to be some editing involved in it. So it's not going to be something that's probably like very quickly out. I would probably say maybe like Friday, because if there's like a recording feature in it, I don't want it just to be like firsthand me putting stuff in it. I want to be able to kind of see the impact of what's going on. So there'll be a little editing magic in there with that. But we'll see it forward. Other than that, I don't think I missed anything that's going to be on the channel wise. Spider-Man's next month. We're going to start that probably tail end of this month. We had Stalker 2. Black Ops 6, we got through it. Roads of Power. It's not really Roads of Power because we're going to do Wandering Nobles, but it's the same thing. That's on there. NIU still going on. Madden, Bears franchise. First game is probably going to be put on here. And we're not going to start from week 1. It is going to likely be one where I force everything to happen. I like force all the way up to the loss with the Patriots, which was last week, which was an absolutely atrocious game. And go with the idea that Matt Eberflus has been fired. We're taking over the Bears. It's a done deal, and that will be what it is. I might actually start on the Saints, because then we could fire Eberflus, and that could be a storyline in it. Because the Saints fired their coach anyway, so I think a week ago. Yeah, because they played the Falcons this week. They fired their coach last week. So I might do that to kind of sim through. So the storyline is there that Matt Eberflus has been fired, and we will go from there. Kind of see. So starts week, what is this? Week 10, Packers game. And that will be interesting with that. I just have to set it up. So it's going to take me a couple days to do that. And then the edits, going to be one of those things as well. I just want to get through the NIU games, the editing. From there, we do have Civ 7 coming in February, so about 4 months away. So that will be on the channel on the 11th. So I'll have to play that and then stream KCD2 if we need to that same day. And that eventually we get to Cyberpunk, obviously FM25 in March. I have a bunch of things that have been delayed that I'm kind of keeping my eyes on through this. I'm not sure if we're going to go back to I think this is a game than the last Terminator game that we played. Yeah, you see a lot of stuff that's kind of on my radar that I'm going to be looking at. Biggest one, probably the soonest one, is Precinct, which released at a beta a couple months ago, but I'm going to go in blind and have fun with that. And then, of course, we have to get... I'm terrible at getting through a lot of the RPG games. So Metaphor I want to get through. Rogue Trader. V Rising is probably something we can do. Just randomly go through that, but we'll see. Miasma Chronicles is probably an easier one to go through for us if we can get through it. I'm still apprehensive what we're going to do with King Arthur's Legion. I think there's probably an update coming through, but last time I tried to sit down and do it, I recorded 2 episodes, then I had a patch that completely changed the game, and so yeah, I had to restart, and I was just like, it's not worth it. So that's the idea here. Sea Power, that's going to be a fun game that we're going to get to. Of course, always playing Warno. Broken Arrow will be with Bartok, Joe, and all those guys. Spy, playing with them, 5v5s, and go from there. They say they got the lobbies fixed from last time because they were kind of broken at some point, and we'll see how that is. Hopefully that's the same. Otherwise, I'm going to mix in a couple of Warno videos. I'm going to look back because I did play a couple of Warno games with the previous, the 2 new divisions that came out in the last Nemesis release. So we might have a couple of random Warno videos out for the next day or so until that Broken Arrow game could be. But I have to look at, see how those games were. It'll probably be more so something like this. The Broken Arrow ones here, and then 2 Warno games if I can figure them out. So that's going to be it for the channel update. Thanks for hanging out. We are at about 2,075 subs, so slowly crawling up to the 2,100 mark. I want to thank you guys for your support, all of the likes, the comments when I'm just being dumb, and also just explaining to me some mechanics I don't know in a lot of games. So I think that Factorio is going to be one because my ratios are all off because I am terrible at doing simple math. I can do advanced math. I cannot, for whatever reason, been able to do basic things like calculations in my head. It's I was never good at ratios. I always got by, but I was never good at ratios. And it kind of shows in that game. So yeah, it's going to be funny. So thanks for hanging out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Later, guys.